Let me say this. Back home, it's tough. There are tears. There is anguish. There is fear. There is uncertainty. Our children between the ages of 15 to 24 are being abducted and killed by the state. More than 200 kids since 2024 have been abducted, tortured, and killed, and others have disappeared. Parents worry. When you don't know where your child is, you cannot sleep. If you call your child and the phone is off, you are worried. And the situation has been worsened.
Hoye! Imenti na Tigania na Igembe hoye! Meru hoye! Nyinyi mko kwa tuta? Ile ya William Ruto? Na huyu Kindiki wenu? Mko kwa hiyo tuta? Wacha nione wale wako kwa tuta hapa, jameni. Kwa hivyo nikisema harambee, nasema tuta. Harambee! Harambee!
Kuna majamaa wanataka kutuingiza kwa siasa mfululizo. Sisi tunawaambia hatutaki siasa mfululizo, tunataka kazi bila break. Ama nyinyi mnasemaje? Ama nyinyi mnasemaje? Ati nyinyi mnasemaje? Ati mnasemaje? Ati mnasemaje? Ati mnasema 10 bila break? Ati mnasemaje? Ati mnasemaje?
Gachagua, who are you representing in the US? Because what you are speaking does not exist in Kenya as we speak. US Kenyan residents, I want you to hear this. The narrative of one term is not existing in Kenya. It only exists where Gachagua exists. I want you to know that. The second thing, Gachagua is not representing anything. He's not representing Kenyans. He is representing his family and his own interest. And we cannot all conform into one man's interest. We have the interest of the republic. We cannot also conform into a one tribe interest. I want you to know that. Because if William Samoei Ruto is a bad person, cannot be trusted with the public resources, then Gachagua definitely is a pathological liar. And he is a typical tribalist. I want you to know that. So, whatever that he is speaking is full of lies. And as the Kenyan people do not take that as anything serious. He's just joking, and he only speaks to the people who want to hear his narrative. But in Kenya, we have conformed to the narrative of change and transformation. I want you to know that. And we have labeled Gachagua as a traitor because he talks too much, and whatever that he says does not totally make sense to us. Because we have realized, as he has exposed you, the people of Murima, you have been exposed by him. He has told us who you are. He has told us your behaviors. And right now we have changed our perspectives of the way to focus on how we can build this nation. So we are not going to receive any threat. We are not going to be manipulated anymore by Rigathi Gachagua. So whatever that he is doing and talking in the US, I think that is on interest. And to the people of the Republic of Kenya, let us concentrate in building our nation, sanitizing our nation, and putting and mobilizing resources ready to construct this nation to be a desirable place that we can create and innovate and grow, because that is our interest. Now, if you're watching this video for the very first time, I want you to take your good time, subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget to leave a comment in the section below Let me know what you are thinking. And now let us listen to what Gachagua has to say.
That Kasongo and his boys have now gone berserk, and they no longer fear, and they no longer pretend. The CS in charge of Interior, Kipchumba Murkomen, in broad daylight, gave an order to police to shoot to kill. A week later, Kasongo himself, shamelessly, in total impunity and total disregard of the Bible teaching that thou shalt not kill, in total violation of the Kenyan Constitution, publicly announced that our children should be shot in the leg. The chairman of the National Assembly Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations, Nelson Koech, corrected Kasongo very angrily that the kids should not be shot in the leg, they should be shot in the head. That is the situation we face as a country, where in total disregard of the Constitution, against biblical teachings, a president of a country elected by the people has the audacity to give orders for the extermination of our children. That is why Kenyans are saying, Bwana Kasongo, even if you pipe milk to our homes, even if you build roads made of gold, even if you paid us every day 100,000 shillings, your hands carry the blood of our children, and there is no way we can vote for you. And that is why the one-term movement is now like a religion in Kenya. Everywhere you go, where 2 or 3 are, that is the discussion. In the Uber, in the salon, in the matatu, in the bar, the discussion in the country is that this man must go because his hands bear the blood of our children.
So let me ask Kenyans, is this the only government that has killed the young people? Is this the only government that has been abducting people? Do you remember during Uhuru's regime? I don't know which forest, Karura Forest. I think Karura Forest. A lot of bodies every single day were discovered dead in those areas. A lot of prominent business people, Kina Juma, dead. And the bodies discovered, Musando was killed because of individuals wanting to win their political interest. So, do you think the narrative of this government is killing the young people, frustrating the people's life, eating the taxpayers' money, misuse of public resources? Do you think this is the first government to do this? So, do you think that now sending this government out of the office as fast as possible, we are going to correct the problems that we have in the government? I do not agree with that. And I have to put this statement very clear to Gachagua. The politics of Central is the politics of the past. Destruction of other person's reputation does not make you a righteous person. Understand that? And therefore, the people of the Republic of Kenya understand this, that if you go to the streets to protest and you are involved in destruction of properties, you are susceptible to be shot to death. Yes, we have to agree that some police used excessive force and some of the young people were found in such kind of situation. But we have to agree that when there is protest, things do happen. Some people will be killed, some will be injured. Some police were killed, some police were injured. So such kind of things do emerge. So we need to understand that as much as the constitution allows the so-called demonstration, on the other side, we should also agree that the constitution does not allow impeaceable protest, does not allow destruction of properties, snatching of phones, and the disturbance of the peace of the nation. If you have the agenda to demonstrate about, let it be so clear. Because if last year we were involved in invading into parliament, properties were stolen, some things were distracted and destroyed as well. And this time around, people were thinking that they can now have an access to State House and destroy the State House and, do what they did in the parliament. It is impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, the politics of using the young people as the scapegoat to win our political interest is out of time. Now it is time to think about how we can realize our objectives, how we can rise to understand that we are the fundamentals to the growth and development of this nation. Not that kind of politics, not destruction of properties, but being mature and competitive and accountable and responsible to understand that Kenya is for everybody. So Gachagua going there telling the US people or empowering them on what is happening in Kenya does not bring any change. And the US residents, this information is for you. If you think you can be mobilized by Gachagua to send threats and manipulative statements to Kenya, I'm sorry, the narrative of one term has faded and we are thinking about transformative and innovative and creative Kenya to see our dreams realized, and that's our aim.